it's VJ.
It's Jane.
And this is
A Sip
and a Shot. Woo, 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 woo. And we are back. It is Social Media Week.
Yeah. So, our drinks are
kind of fun social media
type of things.
Yes. Yeah, our shot is called a
pink Starburst. And hopefully it tastes like one.
And we have the Starburst to prove it.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yes.
Cheers to the good.
Cheers to the bad.
Cheers to all the things we wish we
had.
Clink, clink, clink.
Oh, no. Oh.
Yes.
Definitely more sour than the Starburst is.
Starburst is, yeah.
But the Starburst is a good chaser.
It's a bomb ass chaser, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what made it. Oh, the sour mix cut the. It's a good shot.
It is.
It cut it just enough.
Yeah. You know, we don't follow recipes to a T here sometimes, so
we gotta use what we got to get what we want. Okay?
Yeah. So that had just under a half ounce vanilla vodka, half ounce strawberry rum, watermelon pucker was 1 ounce, and then 1 ounce of sour mix.
All equal shots, equal parts. And for our sip, Jane has been wanting to try a refresher, and we had to spike the shit, you know?
Yep, saw it on TikTok, I think, or Instagram. So, social media week, why not?
So we got the strawberry lemonade refreshers from Dunkin Donuts,
Mm-hmm.
and we added in our favorite alcohol.
Henny.
Because nobody's gonna know.
Yep.
Oh, cheers, sorry.
Cheers.
It's
Doesn't taste like alcohol, that's for sure.
It's at the top. I feel like all the alcohol's at the top. It's good though.
It is.
I'm not a juicy person, but that's good.
Me either.
Okay. So social media week. Before we dive into that, how was your week?
Busy,
But good.
but good.
A good transition back into like non-vacation life.
Yeah, it was a short work week, so it worked out great. We ended up we're doing summer Fridays now at work, so half days on Fridays starting at 1 o'clock. And I was like, so I came back from vacation on Monday. I think they thought I was off work on Tuesday, so nobody emailed me, so that worked out. And then I had Wednesday, Thursday, half day Friday with a baby shower at 12. So it was kind of just like weekend, and now we're off on Monday, so this is great.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah, what about you?
My week was good, a little busy, but good. My weekend was actually kind of fun. My cousin's birthday was on Tuesday, but we went out, we got massages, we got facials. Like, she has all boys. So I'm like her girl, like her girly thing. So we did that. We went and got dinner, rooftop style. We went to this hookah spot. Did you know about this hookah spot in Bowie?
When you called me, I was like, what are you talking about?
You know where I'm talking about,
yes,
right
I
now?
looked it up after we got off the phone.
I was like, she was like, well, Jamie lives around here. I was like, yeah, she does. I'll see where she is. I think she's out, though. But it's nice. It was one of those spots. Remember back at Towson where you can bring in your own liquor? Remember that? What was it called? Towson Hookah Nights or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was like Towson Night.
Yeah. Where you can bring in your own food. Like one girl there, she had her Chick-fil-A, her milkshake, and her hookah.
That's
and she was lounging. And then I saw this really cute, like, older couple. They probably, like, in their 40s or 50s. And they would smoke a hookah. I was like, that's going to be me and my man. That's going to be me and my man.
Coolin',
okay?
Chilling. Big time.
They got the kids out the house. Like,
okay.
They said, I want to go to the hookah bar. And they had, so you can bring your own thing. They had $10 mixed drinks.
Oh, no. That's
like
nice.
$8 shots.
Oh.
Yeah. Black. I'm assuming black owned.
I assume so.
I was watching 30 for 30.
Getting it. Having a good time.
Cute little day spot.
That is cute. And Bowie, of all places.
Bowie. Of all places. So.
Surprise, surprise.
It's social media week. And then yesterday, for the 4th, we went to U Street and brunched.
I miss brunch so much.
It was a good brunch, good bottomless brunch.
It would have been a great day to do brunch because today's a day off work.
It was so nice.
Yeah.
And we just got to, I think I need to like cut back on hookah because I'm like, your lungs are probably like, bitch.
Stop.
Slow down.
You know what I had for the first time? Tobacco-free hookah.
Oh.
The boys had it at their house. I did not like the taste of it. As somebody who's had to use an inhaler, it tasted like inhaler.
Okay.
You know, like there's a certain taste to the whatever the medicine that is that comes out of an inhaler. And that's what it tasted like, and it didn't taste like, it's supposed to be like blueberry mint and something else, but it was herbal, and I was just like, I'm not getting any flavor other than inhaler.
Okay.
But it was cool. It pulled for a very long time, which is like surprising. But some people were like, give me the tobacco. Because this ain't it. This ain't it. I was not a fan of the flavor. But, you know.
Yeah. All right. It's social media week. I'm glad you had a great week.
You too.
Categories are Bish Whet.
True.
Please stop.
Shut it down.
You know what's crazy? Like when I was looking at my options, I don't know if any of them fit into those categories. It was just things that I saw on social media that I was like, I gotta talk to Jamie about this shit.
Yeah. I didn't know this week was social media week until yesterday. Is that when we talked about it? But I had already been like sending stuff or saving stuff. Now I have a bookmark on Instagram that's social media week, just so I'm like prepared whenever things come up. Please stop. I got at least one. Please stop.
Start us out, girl. Start us out.
Okay, so this is I think it might have been a TikTok, but I saw it on Reels of this guy who is an alpha male, quote unquote. Gotta love that term. And he says, once she knows you'll never leave, she'll leave you emotionally and walk out the door. So his thought process was that once a woman is aware that like a guy is not going to leave her, he'll be there through thick and thin, that's when she's like, I'm done with this relationship, and that essentially you should keep her on her toes by letting her know that you're not going to stay around.
That's an immediate please stop.
Sir.
And that's an immediate who raised you.
Sorry,
I know I cut you off, but I'm like, what?
Exactly. That was the first thing I saw, and then it was like a 2-part thing. Like somebody posted it, and that was the first video, and then there was another guy afterwards. He was like, "Don't do this, don't do this." He was like, "This is dumb." He was like, "If anything, women once they know that you're gonna be there forever, type of thing, they hold you down.
They open up,
become better women. They're like, more willing to do things for you or make the relationship work and all this other stuff." But I was like, I didn't even finish listening to the first guy's thing. I was like, let me go back and see. And he was just like, as an alpha male, women realize like, once we're not gonna leave, that's when, they're like, oh, okay, I can do whatever I want to do. Which actually inherently sounds like things that men do. When it's like, hey, once a guy knows a woman's gonna be there through thick and thin, she's not leaving, you leave, you come back, she's always gonna take you back, you keep doing the same dumb stuff you've been doing, compared to, I feel like, what a lot of, it just seems like flipped. And I was just like, how was that your analysis? I said, I went on his Instagram page.
I bet you did.
And he didn't even have that up as a video. He's a fitness guru. I'm not gonna give him any shine. I'm not gonna give his Instagram name out because no.
But he's like to come on the podcast and talk about.
But he was like a fitness guy who's all of a sudden swole and has fitness classes out there. You can take my classes, and I was just like, "Is your classes? Are you giving like Kevin Samuels, or are you giving workout tips?" And he's giving workout tips. So I think he was just bold to get followers, and I really wanted to see if he was single. That's when people talk crazy. I don't want to be like, "Oh, are you single? Are you in a relationship? Does this work for you in your relationship?" I just want to know what the background is.
I think that's fair. For you to do that research. I don't like men like that.
Me either.
And to me, it just screams toxicity. And whatever woman you're dating or girls that you have dated where that is that happens to you, I'm sorry for you. But real women, grown women, they don't operate in that way.
It screams insecurity and immaturity to me. Where it's like you're not, one, secure enough in yourself to like do what you need to do to keep the relationship. You gotta play games. And second of all, you just sound young and dumb.
The only time, I might be telling on myself a little bit. Mm-hmm. The only time that happens is if you break up with her. Like if you break up with her and she knows that you still love her and want to be with her.
Yeah, then it's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, then you'll get that. But when you're in a relationship, especially like a woman who loves you and is gonna ride for you, like when you
woman wants a guy that's gonna pack up and leave every 5 seconds.
No, because you got one time to leave and the locks are changed for me.
I'm like, nobody wants that. Who wants that?
Who wants that? Like, if anything, your partner should be your place of comfort.
Your peace, as people want people to be peace. And then also, it's like you want security in your relationship. So why would you go somewhere you don't feel secure? You just like you lock your doors at night. You want somebody to make you feel secure in your relationship.
Yeah.
Child, please stop. Please stop.
Grow up.
Perfect segue. Child, please stop.
Okay, so I think I do have a please stop.
Okay.
So there's this post about this man. This man made a Facebook post. He just got married.
Mm-hmm.
And so with him getting married, he posted him and his new wife walking down the aisle, and it said, "It's official, y'all. I married her yesterday. 2 years of celibacy for me, an entire life of purity for her, and God brought us together. Met in 2016, dated a year ago, got engaged in 6 months, married in a year. As a man, when you know, you know."
Uh-huh. What do you have to say about this? I'm like trying to find the crazy aspect to it. What's up?
I am the crazy aspect to it.
I know.
I don't.
What is it?
Know why some people feel like they need to advertise their celibacy or their virginity or purity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want that as like our coming out to the Facebook world. Like, he didn't have sex with me and I haven't had sex. Like, I don't know if I want my sexual history
out there for the world to know.
For the world to know.
On the flip side, I could see it being
you want a pat on your back because you decided not to have sex.
Not necessarily, no.
We're dating her.
I'm gonna say a keep going for people that are...
And encouraging. No.
Yeah, people who are questioning whether they should have sex, even though they've been virgins, or they haven't done anything yet, and feel like as an adult, sex is required for their relationship, required for them to get married. I can see it being it doesn't have to be a requirement. It worked for us. Keep doing you, and you'll be fine.
Please stop. To you too. Please stop.
You crazy. You're so crazy.
I know I'm the crazy one, but I'm just like, what if I didn't want my sex life out there? That's like the people who the doctor wrote her a certification that her hymen was still intact type shit. I've been watching T.I. and Tiny reruns.
That's
and
where it's coming from. But I was like, I do not agree that I don't think it's anybody's business what your sexual history is. But I could see from only the aspect of being encouraging to people who are questioning whether they should have sex or feel pressure to have sex, or are like, well, since everybody else is doing it, and...
But like, not having sex is not that hard.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard, but you... Never mind. Next. Brings me to my next social media post.
Please stop in both of us. I think she's telling me please stop.
Yes.
So like, please stop.
Please stop.
Because if you met a man, if you decided to be celibate, and on your wedding day, he was like, yeah, we
tell
the world like she's celibate.
Baby, it ain't nobody's business.
That's nobody's business. Like, let's just be blissfully happy.
Yeah.
Whether or not we've had sex.
Period.
It's just my thing. Go ahead.
Period. Which brings us to tweet is perfect segue. Thank you, darling. There was this tweet, spiritual word always comes with the tea, entertaining information. And this guy said, do y'all really believe women when they say they haven't had sex in months, quote unquote? And the woman's reply was, it's not that hard. Most of y'all don't know how to have sex anyway. But it was like, that was the perfect segue because she was like, it's not that hard not to have sex.
It's not that hard not to have sex.
And there was a whole thread essentially where it's like women saying...
I mean, it's difficult, but it's not that hard.
It's not that hard. When women were like, I have sex because I'm choosing to have sex with you. Because for a lot of women, sex is not necessarily enjoyable all the time. Whereas men can easily find joy in it. Themselves. And so
let me say this as a woman, we are both both 30 at this point. As a 30-year-old woman, every time you have sex, it should be enjoyable. No, we are no longer 20, 21, 22, 23, 25-year-olds where it's just like, you know, if he likes it, it's great. No.
You know, from like, I meant from like a scientific, like a, not a scientific standpoint, but from the standpoint that men are easily pleased during sex, whereas women have a harder time reaching their peak and orgasm, where it's kind of like, it is enjoyable, but it's not like you having a great time, like you at a theme park or something, and she's over there riding the same kiddie ride forever. You know what I mean?
I hate your analogy. Just, I hate the analogy.
No. Maybe that drink is stronger than I think it is.
I think so. I don't know where that analogy came from.
I mean, it's just kind of like, you know, you're in this, like, guys always, like, it seems like they're excited. They always get their high during it. And a lot of women are not able to get that high. They're not getting that adrenaline rush. They're not getting, like, you know, you get a little something. But it's not like, oh, it's amazing.
So do we...
Please stop. Believe women when they say shit to you. She might not be having sex in mine.
And for that, it's like, true.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard. Maybe because we're adults now. I mean, in younger years, it is a little harder. But it ain't that hard. It's like, all right, I'm okay.
I'm good. I'm super good. Like, almost too good. Because I think the older you get, you just realize how much other stuff it potentially comes with.
Yes. And the amount of guys that just think it's kind of like, oh yeah, I got a room and a bottle. You should come think for what?
For what? I got a room and a bottle. Not just one, but multiple.
Why? What is this situation bringing to the table?
And I don't need a bottle. If I want to make something shake, I don't need a bottle to do that.
It's gonna be on my own accord. Okay, you gotta be pretty darn great. Gotta be pretty popping to get things popping over here. Next. What an episode.
So
17 minutes.
So part of me, I found this. It was a tweet, since we're on the subject, about closure sex. And I don't know where it is, but it was about, man, I'll find it and we'll talk about it later. But I'm going to completely switch gears. There was a tweet that said that they find black women who don't have any black friends.
I did see that.
You saw that?
Yeah, like I saw it was like as black people in general who don't have any black friends or associates.
They are suspect. You kind of have a side eye to them. I wanted to get your opinion on that. It's very concerning to me if you are a black woman with 0 black girlfriends or black acquaintances.
Part of me, first of all, I don't know that I agree with that. I can see it. I don't agree with it. Just because I feel like environment we grew up in. We went to Catholic school. We just happened to go to Catholic school where there was a good number of black girls there. Whereas there's a lot of Catholic schools in the area where you might be one of a handful of black people at the school. So you might not have any black friends or acquaintances. And then if you decide to go to college, you don't. I think it depends on the area you grew up in.
It depends on the environment that you grew up in.
But then also I could see it being sus where it's like, you might not understand the black experience in the same way that somebody that has multiple black friends or acquaintances does. No, where's your family?
But
like you ain't got no cousins, no siblings.
But like you don't. It makes me think of what was the movie or the TV show with Kerry Washington and what's the girl's name? Reese Witherspoon. Little Fires Everywhere. Where like you don't know anyone's upbringing,
right?
Or what their lifestyle is like.
Exactly.
And they could have moved around a lot. They could have been in the army, like their parents are in the army, or they don't. It's an only child.
Yep.
And like your mom was an only child, your dad was an only child, and their parents were only children.
Exactly.
And so you don't have cousins, and it wasn't a priority to meet people of the same race.
Or you're adopted, people that are adopted into like different race families.
And I feel like when you're adopted into a different race family, you're not raised to really see color. I think that's changing now because race is such a huge part.
And in America.
In America, so it's a huge thing. And the thing that kind of bothered me about this tweet, I know we don't talk about like stuff like this.
No, we don't.
But I saw it, I was like, well, I want to get James. Because I'm like, I have a lot of black friends, but I have a lot of different friends of all different. Yeah, like that doesn't matter. But I lost my train of thought. Sorry, I completely lost my train of thought.
I would say.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go.
To me, it's what's concerning to me is you judging people's friendship.
Yeah.
That's concerning to me. Like, I don't care who you have as a friend.
Exactly.
Like, and I use, friend is a very, like, serious, deep shit for me.
Yes, it is.
But I don't think you should judge anyone just because they don't have any black friends. Doesn't mean they tried. They could have ran into people like you who make tweets. Like, it's concerning if you don't have any black friends. Like,
yes, I think it's more. I think in a time where we have to be more united as a group of people, as a culture, where we really need to start depending on each other, pushing people away because of who they're friends with or how they were like brought up. That's more concerning to me because now you're ostracizing this person who could really want to have black friends, but just hasn't been put in an environment to do so. Like, we grew up in Peachtree County, there's a ton of black people here.
But I remember going to Towson, and at one point, and I don't know if this is true for you, but at one point I think like black girls especially, they're not always the friendliest.
Not at all.
They're not always the friendliest, and that for me, I just want to be super friendly to everybody.
Yes.
Like, black, white.
Yeah, I was like, and I think we're very blessed to be able to have friends that are very friendly with anybody we come across, whether it's even going out with each other's coworkers or people from different
outside friend group, like different friend groups,
where we're just kind of like, or at Towson where I'm like, I was the only black girl on my floor my freshman year, and I could go to your floor and be like, hey guys, what's up? And it would be okay. That's just concerning to me. And then there's something else I was gonna say.
You're like, Bish Whet?
Shut up. Like, relax. I don't understand why people have to police everything everybody else does. Focus on yourself.
And just be a kind person. And, because I'm in therapy.
Okay.
But one of the things she says is, Big Mama doesn't go to everybody else's house. People come to Big Mama's house.
Yes.
So just be the type of person that people want to be around. That's it. Just and people will gravitate to you. That way it won't be concerning.
It won't.
Okay.
I don't understand why it's so and I think it's another thing is there's a lot of times in life where you can teach somebody a lesson in a positive way and show somebody some positivities, be supportive. And I feel like that's kind of lacking now, especially with cancel culture and everything, where it's like, this is an opportunity. You could take a left and kick them to this curb, be like, I don't want to do anything with you. Or you can invite them in and say, hey, this is why this is a problem. Or this is let's get you around people that you might feel comfortable with. Like, they might be in a world, you walk into a room as a black person and you see one of the black person, you get that head nod, like, all right, I got you, you got me.
And we're good.
But they may never have had those. Yeah. Or they could be like some black girls join like white sororities and they're like the only black girl, or there's two of them there, and they rushed with a group of all white girls. Those are their friends. That's just what they were raised into, and that's okay. Have friends with who you want to have friends with. If you want to have black friends, you can talk to us.
Call us. We'll be your acquaintance.
We'll be your acquaintance.
We'll work our way up to friendship.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
You're always welcome.
But we'll listen. We will listen, and we don't judge.
Do you have another one?
No, I don't. This is a really short.
It is. I have one more.
Okay. I have one that I could use as a shooter.
Okay. We'll keep it to the shooter.
Okay. What's your other one then?
I found it. The question was, is closure sex ever a good idea?
No. No.
That's an easy no for you?
Easy no for me. I think closure sex.
Have you ever had closure sex? That you knew was closure sex, or you weren't sure? Or now, like, hindsight, you like it's closure sex?
I've had closure, then had sex. But not closure sex. Like, I am very wary of the term closure Because I feel like people use it in like a weird way where they're like, oh, we need to go talk this out and blah, blah, blah.
I just want closure. I feel like that's some young shit.
Yeah, and I'm like, I think the first time I had closure was a year ago, 2 years ago, where it was kind of like, not even closure because I still talked to the person, but it felt good to get my, you know, what I had to say because I wasn't very outspoken in the situation, where it was kind of like, I can sit here and tell you, this is what I expected, this is what I wanted, this is what you did, and this is how it affected me, and I got that off my chest.
Okay.
Compared to like, oh, we broke up, and he broke my heart, and I just want to figure out why. I don't understand why you need to know why, because the why doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. They did what they did. You need to focus on yourself. But I don't think closure sex makes sense.
I'm trying to think that I think I questioned some stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't question stuff until like
months
later. So I was like, I don't care right now. Do I think it's ever a good idea? No. Is it a fun idea at times? Yes.
It seems like a great idea until you end up not having closure, and then all of a sudden you want to lay up
with Jamie for like an hour, and she's telling you that shit.
Yeah, like you want to cuddle, and you want this. You just hate not waking up to that person anymore. It's like that. It just doesn't make sense. I think if you have,
agree, it really doesn't. That's why you gotta have your mind right before you.
Yeah, if you have closure and then you decide to go back to a situation and do whoop-de-whoop whatever, okay, you know, hopefully your mind is together and you're in a headspace where it can really be a business transaction. You can compartmentalize those things rather than falling back into a situation and feelings. No.
Right. For me too. Like I never did that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I didn't.
It just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense because like it's already closed. What you need to add to it for?
Right.
But like I was reading the comments and they were mixed.
Mm-hmm.
It was mixed reviews. Like some people were like, yeah, you know, like you want to take it for a spin one last time, and then someone's like, no, because then it'll never be closed. So if it's already closed.
I was like, you're leaving it open, the possibility of it being open. Like, let's say worst case scenario. I mean, this might not be worst case scenario, but we're gonna assume it's worst case scenario because you're already broken up with this person, and then you end up getting pregnant, or you end up
worst case scenario,
or you end up with some life altering disease or infection,
just for some closure.
Just for some closure, and then it's like, because now you are pregnant with their child, that might not be a closed situation. You know, like now you got 18 years added on to that closed situation because you wanted some closure sex.
Or not. Then it's then there's some other stuff you got to deal with.
Yeah, I was like, some other stuff you have to deal with. And I'm just like, it doesn't make sense. Especially if you were...
It's not worth the trouble.
It's not worth the trouble. If somebody hurt you and then you go back over there and then you end up giving them a piece of whatever it is, like your heart, your feeling, your cooch, your pee, your foo, whatever you want to call it, ain't nothing closed. They still are leading the situation and benefiting from your pain.
Yeah.
If you need if you need closure, close it out with the Lord or your therapist or your friends or your family or yourself. I try to give people lots of options.
Okay, I was gonna say that was a lot. I agree. I would not recommend.
Don't close it out with your vagina.
I'm gonna
or your penis.
Yeah, or
your
just
any
use
other
your words.
orifices.
Just use your words. Close it. Do a clean close and just kind of leave that out. So I think you're emotionally ready.
Like, end of sentence.
So you're emotionally ready to have a different type of relationship.
There we go.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Are you good?
Yeah.
I don't know what category that was under, but like sometimes I just see things that I don't send to Jane. I'm like, this would be so dope to talk about.
Yeah, we do. We have a few of those.
Yeah. But
had to check my notes. Just make sure there was nothing else.
All right, y'all. This was our social media week.
Yeah, super short, super sweet, super social.
Like season 1.
Yeah.
Sip it a shot.
I don't know about that. Some episodes were long.
It's VJ.
It's Jane.
And this is
A Sip
and a Shot. Bye.